Okay. Hey YouTube, today I will show you how to do a 12 volt fan mod on your Xbox 360 Slim. You really don't need anything else like new to add into the Xbox. The only thing you're gonna need is screwdriver that you can remove the head. You're gonna need a Torx, I believe this is 8 or 10, and a Torx 9, I believe. You could go out, you could get one of these, it's like a Cobalt Torx and Phillips and a bunch of other bits. The only one I'm going to be needing is this one. So you can set that aside. You're going to need either a tiny flathead or a paperclip. So what you're going to do is, if you have your Xbox One, like I do, you're going to want to turn it off. Wait for it to go out. Oh, it's not going to turn off. That's why. Downloading the game. Alright, you never want to do this, but I'm just going to pull the plug. Turn it off. My Xbox is now off, so you're going to want to take your Xbox, I want to sit it on the side, unplug everything, your Wi-Fi, your audio, your HDMI, and your USBs, because they will get in the way of taking the case apart. So what you're going to do is, you're going to look at it this way. Your vent's here, you have this bottom part. There's a little lever down in here. You pull that, it reveals your hard drive. Once you do that, you're going to just want to put your finger under and pull that part off. Now, set these aside to wherever. I'm just going to sit them on a stool over here. Then you're going to want to flip it back over so that you have the top. You're going to want to take your flathead screwdriver, doesn't really matter how big, stick it under one of the vent parts and pull it. And it should come right off. Okay. So, now you have the part where it's all off. And let me take it off the tripod here. Show you exactly what I'm looking at here. Alright, now you're going to be looking at it like this, okay? I should probably flip it that way. Alright, your vents are right here. You have these. You'll see that there are little tiny tabs here, here. There's going to be one in here, here, and one in here and here. What you're going to do is, let's see if I can get the tripod back here. Get a better view of it. Alright. You're going to want to switch this back on here. You're going to want to take your flathead, and down in here there's little tabs. You're going to want to just push on it, like put it in at an angle, push down, and pull. And you'll see that it lifted up a little bit. Do the same with this one. Let's see, now it comes up. Do the center ones, like that. Now you do this one, and the one right here. And that should come off. You can sit that aside with your other ones. What I like to do is take the parts that I have pulled off already and snap them back together. It makes putting it back together so much easier. It's easier to remember where everything's at. That's nice. Computer just turned off. Oh well. Now that that's off, you're gonna want to take this off. There will be a screw. Let's see if I can get a better view of it here for you. Apparently the tripod's not moving. There will be a screw right down in here. I took it off and I just kept it off. I don't know where it's at anymore either, but you can just take that out. Set that aside because this is your Wi-Fi module. Zoom out here, get a better picture of it. Without this, you will have no internet unless you plug it straight into the side, or unless you have something like this from the older ones. Alright, so what you're going to do is flip it over to the other side. What I do is I'm going to get a pair of pliers. You don't have to, but I recommend it. Now what you're going to do is, I'm just going to, since I took my hard drive from the original Xbox and put it into my 360, I don't have a case for it, I just have a normal hard drive. It is a SATA one, so if you want to upgrade it, feel free to. I have 150 gig. This is only the 4 gigabyte console, so I never had the hard drive. I just found it easier that buy the cheaper one and just put a bigger hard drive into it. So, alright. So, what you're going to do now is do the same thing you did on the other side. You have one tab right here, 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 there's one right here, and there's one that's hidden back in here, right here. Let's see here. One of these, see, I can just pull the side up right here, but you're going to pop that out. So, let's see if I can get a better view of this for you. Okay. I'll just, for the sake of showing you, I will put it down in. There we go. Got that part up. You're going to stick it down in here. If you look, you can see it separates. It's like right here. See? Yeah, you can see the little part right down in there where it separates. That's the spot you want to put it in. That little crevice thing right down in there. Put it down in. Put it in like that. Alright. I might put this video in 2 different videos just because it's a little bit more time consuming to show you the way to take it apart. Okay, that comes off like I said before. I put the parts that I've already taken off back into place. That way it's easier to put together faster. You can get back to your gaming quicker. Okay, so now that you have this, you pretty much have the hard part done. What you want to do now is, with your paper clip here, or my choice, the little flathead, you're going to want to look, I don't know if you can see that, but down in here there is some clips back in here that you want to pop out. Then you have a little pinhole. Let me see if I can, there we go, little pinhole here. That's why I said a little flathead, because it will just fits right down in there. And there's a little tab back here. That's the way you get to that one. And over here, oops, you see that one a little better. There's 2 tabs, one here and here. I'm gonna start from this side because it's easier and it's more accessible. I'm gonna just pop that part off, and that part, you can see it comes apart. I'm gonna flip it onto the back here. I'm gonna go to the pinhole here, push that in. Oops. Alright, you gotta make sure you hold the other side while you do it. Pop the pinhole out. There you go. And sometimes if you push that in like it did here, this one will release too. If that one doesn't, just stick the flathead in and just pop it. So now that you have that off, zoom out here, you just pull the lid off. Easy enough. Set that aside. Now what you're going to need is, you're going to need your, I can't remember which Torx it is, but this one, let me look here. It does not say on the side of it, of course. You're going to need one of these, and what you're going to do is, let's see if I can, there we go, zoom in here for you. Okay, you're going to have, I think it's 5 screws that you're going to want to take out. You're going to want to take out the one right here, right here, this black one right there. you're going to want this one, the one over here, and this one. And taking that off will release the other side to your Xbox, letting you get to the fan. Okay. You can tell they're longer screws, so you can't mix them up with any other ones. Set them aside, because obviously you will need them later. Unscrew this side. That'll probably help. This one might be a little tougher depending if you've done anything or opened it before. So that one might be a little bit tougher to do. I'm going to take this one out now. Now that you got your 5 screws, you just, like I said, set them aside. I'm going to set them right in here. Okay. So, now that you have that, you can set your screwdriver aside here. You can lift it up now. Now watch that this doesn't fall off, because if this falls off, there is a little cable inside that goes for the touch thing. So you can just take that, toss that aside with the other one. Zoom it out here. Okay, so now you can take it, like I said, make sure that the faceplate doesn't fall off. Turn it, you can sit it like that. Okay, so now, here comes the tricky part. You're going to want to take this off, but you're going to take this off first. But be very careful with it, because, I'll show you here. Take it off, there's a little cable here that goes for your touch part. None of your LEDs are on this part, your LEDs are all down here, but this is what makes it touch. Take that off. Okay, you can set that apart. This is not absolutely necessary. I'm going to actually end up cutting the mesh part out of here later on, but you can just set that aside. So the inside of your Xbox will look like this. And in order to take this off, what you're going to do is, let's see if it'll show it. Right there, there's a little tabs. You're going to take your finger or your flathead, whichever, and you're going to want to push that. But this blue piece right here that goes around it will keep it from moving. So you do that, pull it off from the back, and you push the tabs, and your face plate will come off. Set that aside with the rest of your case. Okay, now what your Xbox will look like is this. First thing you're going to want to do is remove the hard drive piece right here. You're going to take the Torx bit that we use to take the black screws off. You want to use that for this too. So you just unscrew it. Okay, screw looks like that. Just set it aside again. Set that down. Lift this up. Okay. You're gonna want to take your disk drive, and you got to be careful with your disk drive too, because what happened with mine is the disk drive is SATA to an extent. When you unplug it, you can tell with mine already, the part that actually goes in the disk drive has actually got stuck inside of the SATA data cable, like that. See, now I guarantee you that's not supposed to be like that. So, me kind of screwed with that, so just be careful with that. That's what happens when you take it apart a lot. Not that I did or not, but just leave, if it comes off, just leave it in here, and when you put it back on, you're just gonna have to line the pins up inside of there. Not that you can see them, but it's worth a shot. So, disk drive, just sit it aside. Okay, now what you're gonna do is take this part off. And this video is probably gonna have to be in two, yeah, definitely. All right, so now that you have this off and everything, you're gonna flip it apart. Yeah, I might as well just make this for taking apart the Xbox. You're gonna want to take your same Torx bit, you're going to want to remove all of the silver screws in the back. There is also a silver screw back here, so take this apart. And what this does is, I'm not sure exactly which screws release it, but it releases the black part inside that holds your disk drive into place and your hard drive into place. Take all the screws and just set them aside. And then you take the one on the front here, or the back here, off. There you go. See, you can tell that part just fell off. So you flip it over. This part comes out, right here. Hard drive sits in here, your port plugs onto there. Sit that with your case. Okay, then it looks like this. Don't be worried if this falls off. Wouldn't really worry about it because, I mean, mine comes off. You don't have to take it off, but you can. Doesn't matter unless you're really changing out your case. So, okay. So now that you have that, you will have a fan. It'll look like this. A little different than mine, but you will have this standard cable. Yours will have 4 wires coming off of it like this. You only need 2 of them. Yeah, definitely only need 2, because the other 2 are made for the controlling, so your system can control it judging by the temperature of it, increase fan speed, decrease it. This is actually for computer. It's very, very loud. This is the original fan, or a original fan. My original fan went out, and I replaced it with a see-through, lights up blue, but it's only an 80mm, and it needs to be bigger. So I had something this small on it, and it would overheat when I play Grand Theft Auto or something like that. So I went on eBay. You can go eBay, Craigslist, doesn't matter. I went to Radio Shack and got this. Served its purpose at first, and then it just didn't seem to want to do the job. So took that. Yeah, I'll tell you that in a different video. You're gonna have this. So what you're gonna want to do is take a Phillips screwdriver, tiny thing or big one, doesn't matter, and remove the screws here and here. And I'm gonna end it after I take the fan off, and then I will continue it in another video. These screws are finicky though. Alright. There you go. Take one screw off. Now, take the other one off. Okay. So you have the fan off, and I'm going to cut it here, and I will bring you back in another video.